will go where wonder lies. Its specialist crew a beacon of light will work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. Scales that tell stories of time long past. Deep in the echo, her interest is cast. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves tales across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Renick the brain with numbers and might, forearms for eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Pollux and Castor, the skillful pair, always the team with starry hair, with a bond so strong in the vast expanse, unveiling the secrets in cosmic dance. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An age-old mystery, and Lockstitch holds the key.
And everything. I feel like I need to be hella professional.
I was just about to say, I was like, Mika's about to say, then like I was like, I don't like interrupting Kira.
Nah, it's good.
I'm just gonna let Kira go. That's fine. You're fired. Sorry, bad news. All right, everybody. So today's game, it's like very excited about it. We are back in Alkali. This is right after yesterday's game. They have returned back, so if Simmons, Krieg, Arthur, or Vidra happen to be in the chat, they are back. They are able to be, no matter where you are, if you're at the Silver Thimble or you're at Haven, you guys can take part in this game. It's like, I will set it up real quick for everybody, and then I'll give you the narrative of what's going on. It is a fishing festival. Like, the Peppermills, like, they are so excited that, like, the storm is cleared up and they are able to take out, like, ancient boats and things that they haven't been able to do. They've had to, like, only take out these, like, monstrosities of boats and cast nets and stuff. But now, and just take as much as you can. Nobody was line fishing. In their history had that as a big part of it. You cast out, you bring it back, whoever has the biggest fish wins. So they're doing it again. And you guys have been invited to partake. Especially, but we'll get into that. Don't worry about that. It'll come soon. So yeah, groups of 4. Pair off however you guys want to. Make yourself a group of 4, because this is one of our groups of 4. And they have boats that you guys can take out. The tons of boats. Boats aplenty. but they are just a little bit, wooden and rickety. I mean, go out, cast your line. I will show you a map that has 9 spots. More than one person can't, more than one team can go to the same spot. And then you're gonna cast a thing. We have RP leaders in the Discord we have a channel called Gone Fishing. Everybody rolls in there. Roll with your squad, please. Because it's just Akana and Not Forgiven taking care of that. So if you could just keep your squad's rolls together. It's 1 roll for the casting, whoever wants to cast that out. And don't worry about that. The higher number doesn't matter. There are great things in certain spots when you roll a 1. There are great things in spots when you roll a 20. And the next one, your next roll, is when all 4 of you will roll a 20-sider, and we will add that together, and then that number will become how big your fish is. It's we are turning these fish in, and we are eating these fish. You guys don't have to eat the fish if you don't want to. The folks of Peppermill will. It's just rolling. Yeah, you're only rolling d20s in there. You are not RPing in there. Please keep the RP here. We just didn't want to. We don't have the die roll in Twitch thing done yet, and we didn't want to take a ton of time for you guys to have to wait for us. But you don't roll there yet. Come up with your teams, all of that. Excellent. There are 9 spots that we can fish at. I will show you those in a moment as well. All right. Now get to the actual game. All right. So obviously, we have Senior Officer of the Mysticians, Catori, played by Kira.
Oh, hi. How are you?
And we got Clovis, played by Kevin the Lucky.
Hi.
That was a voice you could use. We got Midnight, played by Kawari. Mimic the voice, Kawari.
Hello. Wait, what?
I was telling you, mimic the voice that Clovis just did. It was hilarious. And Tarkus is played by Salty Row.
Hi.
Close. All right, everybody. We are starting today's game in the Peppermill. The Peppermill. Oh, I can move us to here real quick. So, here are Peppermills. They have there are a ton of little towns that are basically based around one windmill, and then they have a town around it, and then each town is like that. Because they used to grind up spices, and maybe they'll be able to get back into it. Sadly for Catori, our dear black market beetle friend, Accord, is here to say hi. And you guys see banners up for the fishing festival. There are barrels upon barrels of fishing rods. Don't know if you guys play Fortnite or ever seen the fishing rods stuck in barrels. That's what it looks like everywhere. There are definitely some people walking up and down the street with more advanced fishing equipment, somebody pulling a rod out and just screwing it together, making it says Lucille on the side of it. And then, so Accord runs up to you all. He's just "Excellent, Lockstitch, you got my request. Thank you for coming in such quick, short time." And he puts his hand out to shake Catori's hand.
She will shake his hand. She will. She's not
Accord. Okay.
creeped out that bad, I guess.
Nice. Accord just shaking his hands up and down. He's excellent, excellent, excellent. And he's just "Oh, and you brought him?" He's Accord in his message to you all did say, "Bring your best hunters. Bring the people who are best at dealing with a big problem." And big was really big on the page and also underlined 3 times. He's just "So we have this fishing event and everything's going great. We're all excited to get this going. Everybody can be excited. We're excited. We can be excited, right? It's like Alto fell down. Oh, so excited. Now, the problem is we've been getting reports, and he like pulls out like a sheet of paper of a incredibly large shadow under the water. We've lost multiple ships trying to figure this out. Now, we have heard, through the grapevine that you all have a talent for dealing with large beasts once in a while. We heard what you did in Dyad.
Yep, that was us.
It's like, excellent. Now, we have to stay in accordance with the fishing festival, if that seems okay with you. If you could just catch us this creature. It's like, it does not need to be alive. Nobody's, like, sometimes you have to hit a fish with a rock. You understand.
How big of a rock?
It might be a really big rock. Like, it's according to, Clovis, give me a 20-sider.
Sure. Wow.
4, okay. Clovis, you're looking at the papers that he has handed everybody that show like the rippling effects of the shadow moving under the water and like how big this shadow is. Now, you're gonna be wrong because you rolled a 4, but are you overestimating it or underestimating it?
The drawing looks small to me.
Oh, it looks small. Okay, absolutely. And how big is it on, like, if you were to compare it to a size of an animal? Like, this creature looks like a blue whale, a narwhal, a giant, a large crocodile, like a saltwater crocodile or something, like a size like that. But we know for a fact that it's bigger than that. What is it bigger than?
It's 2 meters tall.
Okay, so like, yeah. So it's about, you think it's about 20 feet, and obviously you've dealt with monsters way bigger than 20 feet before.
Yeah,
way bigger. This thing is at least 40 feet long, for the record. But Clovis was convinced that it's only 20 feet, and he was convincing.
I am the expert.
He is the expert.
Should we ask our beetle friend if he has any information for us that he didn't include in his letter?
He's just like, we have spotted it a couple more times since we sent the letter. And he pulls out a map for you. He's like, and this is the area where the fishing festival is taking place. We've lost a couple of our proprietors, or like our competitors, sorry. And it's like, it has been spotted like down here in between the islands, and it has been spotted over near the cove, but it has not been seen here. It hasn't been seen in any of the top. This one, it hasn't been near the wrecks, and it obviously has not been on land or the Vorpal Sea. For the record, also, for the people who want to take part in the fishing festival, these are your quadrants. You can fish it. It goes 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Before you roll, decide where you're going to go fishing. You can fish on land because a yuck fish is out there, but be careful. The yuck fish is incredibly dangerous. It's like we have some people around that claim to have seen it a couple of times, but they made it back, so how much of seeing it did they actually do, you know?
When you say
what-
you lost your competition, do you mean like they lost their boats or they're just all dead?
Well, most people don't survive out in the sea without their ships, and we have found multiple wreckages of them. But they could be alive, I suppose.
They're probably dead.
It's like, rest in peace. But more fish for us.
Okay, well, you said something about the fishing competition. Are there any particular rules we should be aware of that we need to make sure we don't break?
The number one rule is it must be a lined catch. Like, we need the hook to go through the fish's lip. That's it. No nets. Nets can be used to scoop out, but we're not net fishing. We want one large fish.
So
What
no
about
harpoons either.
He has to think about the harpoon thing. I don't want to.
Tarkus is just gonna gesture to the sea wraith, like, does this count? It has a line.
I, as Alan, never want to say that you can't use your harpoon, but we did set up the fact that they like to. They're trying to single fish, so harpoons are still fine as long as as long as it's not a trident. Those things are cheating.
What about my swords?
He thinks about it. He's just like, we need the creature in one piece.
I can stab.
And then I don't see canonically the difference between a sword and a spear.
Great.
Okay. So the next question is, has it just been kind of popping up all around, or has there been kind of pattern? Like, has it been in one area, then the next, and then the next in a certain... Like, has there been any indication of it going along a path, or has it just kind of been random?
Roll me a 20 sider, Midnight.
Oh, that was so close to choice.
Would you
Got
like
that?
the 9 I pondered earlier?
Sure, if you want to give it.
Sure.
Alright. So that 2 becomes a 9. Oh, no, he played Ponder the Orb, everybody. So we've got a tough choice. So you can get information about its size from somebody who saw it. Somebody, like, up and down the street, like, talking about it. Also, I'm hearing myself through somebody's mic. Is that coming through on the Discord? Or do I have myself? Okay, then I might just have myself unmuted somewhere else. I'm glad that then. Okay. Alright. You can either get some, what you might call frantic information about it. How much can be trusted? Who knows? Or you can get old information about where it's been.
Okay,
Both are true.
I think I'll get old information, because it can kind of hopefully guess from a possible pattern.
Absolutely. So, this crab guy here, his name is Lawrence. Lawrence just walks up past Cord, and he's just like, I saw it. I saw it. It was right over there. And he's like, you've been asleep for 3 weeks. I know, you've been asleep for 3 days. He's like, you would too, after you saw that terrible thing. It prowls the shallow waters as much as it prowls the deeps. it'll come right up to the beach and snatch you right out. So 3 days ago, it was on the coast. I'm gonna say probably right here.
Okay, do you know what the most recent sighting was as before that?
Somebody in the Clove said it took one of their ships in one gulp.
Did they say where their ship was?
Right outside the cove, to the east. Not quite so far as the Celestial Sea, and you see him like not cross himself, but like rub all of his claws together in like almost a ritualistic action.
Okay, about how long ago was that, would you say?
That was before I set out and I saw it, so that would have been the day before I heard about that. So 4 to 5 days ago, it was spotted over in the cove.
Okay, that gives my guess. Then it probably would have head further west, but we'll see.
I can show you where I saw it.
Yeah, if you could, maybe I can find something useful.
Like Accord like waves to you guys. It's like, all right, have fun with have fun catching the giant creature in the water if you can. Remember, biggest fish wins. Just like, and there's a grand prize. But you do have some stiff competition. Some of the otters have come down from Holt to fish with us. We don't own televisions here yet, but some of them seem very fancy. You should see the hair on this one. Whew, calls himself Quicksilver. Fantastic looking otters.
I'll keep that in mind.
So do you guys just want to head out to where he saw it last, or like do you want to ask more questions around town? I'm cool with basically anything.
I mean, I'm fine heading that way. Everyone else is.
Sure, yeah.
We can roll out.
He takes you guys down here. It is like a really rocky land. This is the Paprika Archipelago. Gorgeous, like red scenery everywhere. Now that the hurricane isn't like blowing as hard as it was, like there's still storms in this area, and hurricanes will hit here, just not 100-year-long one. Like the air is salty, but wherever you go, it feels seasoned, if that makes sense. Like the air has a flavor to it. A slightly smoky flavor. Actually, probably a lot more like Old Bay. If I had to hazard a guess what the Paprika Archipelago tastes like. But he walks out here and he's just like, careful, watch your step. The water gets really deep and suddenly. And you all can look down into the water and realize that it goes from just like you waiting to a 20-foot drop into nothing. Well, water, but it's like, but don't worry about it. Everything floats in this water.
If you guys want to check the shore, I can check the water real quick.
Sure, yeah.
I can join you in the water.
Okay. Prism! Come on, boy! Prism! And I call Prism over.
Let me see if I have a token for the dog. I do not have that token right now, but let me just use a placeholder for you. Yeah,
How
for
did
sure.
we get to this location that we're at right now?
The crew as a group would have taken the submarine because a lot of them were at Haven, and they need the submarine for that.
Okay, perfect.
So yeah, you guys do have access to the sub for sure.
And the submarine would have like a sonar tool that we could use, right?
Oh, for sure.
Want to use that stuff, y'all? You know, for fun.
I was gonna say, once in the water, could I use supernatural awareness to get a feeling of where the creature might be?
Sorry, I was setting that token up. I wish I had the prism token, but it's just a dog with a monocle on it now because that's just very funny to me. This one actually seems more appropriate. My bad. Goodbye, dog with a monocle.
We hardly knew ye.
You were loved, and you will be missed. So yeah, Alright, so let's... While Catori's just, like, getting the submarine around, Tarkus and Midnight jumped into the water, right? Or did you just send Prism in the water?
Oh, I'm definitely holding on to Prism and just swimming in the water.
Tarkus has definitely jumped into the water.
Yeah, alright, so give me 20 siders. One for... This is like you using the sense, your curse sense, and Midnight, this is you using Prism and like you swimming around in water as search rolls.
Oh no!
It begins!
Okay. Alright. What? Because your curse is monstrous and the black dog.
Mhm.
So, as Catori, from the coastline, you watch Midnight dive into the water, and then Tarkus follows right after him. Tarkus, for some reason, like it's taking you a bit of work to be able to swim down. Like you are far, far, far too buoyant in this water. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the salt lakes. Cars don't sink in them. Shout out SLC Punk. So like you just keep bobbing there a little bit. In Midnight, as you like dive in, one of the clouds clears above you, above the water. And like a nice one of those beautiful god rays. We've all seen god rays, right? They it hits the top of it, and it's like gorgeous. And like Catori and Clovis from the coastline, you see it like shine almost like a spotlight right on Tarkus, which is really funny to everybody. He can't swim down. Right, he gets it. He'll get it. But it's casting the largest shadow underneath you, Midnight. Like you see this shadow, and like you feel your shadow reaching out for it to like grab a bit of it. Like, and then you guys both did succeed, so we know where it is and where it's not. What do we think happens here, Midnight? Like, you are gonna lose control a little bit.
So I'm assuming that shadow is Tarkus's?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, though, given that we both succeeded, I just get this distinct feeling that it is going to grab onto Tarkus's shadow and maybe set off his curse just enough to basically have him punch me in the face or something to stop me.
No, this has to be your curse messing
Okay.
up because he didn't roll a 13.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to think that how else would work with him still succeeding and not hurt. Because I'm assuming he doesn't get hurt by this, whatever happens.
Oh no, he's got to be hurt.
Oh, okay.
It's in my head is basically your shadow bites his shadow. That was what I was thinking.
Okay, yeah. I was overthinking it. Like I was thinking if his roll wouldn't hurt him, but yeah, probably exactly what happens. Probably saps a little bit of his energy.
Absolutely. So like, Tarkus, which ability did you just lose? Which of your curse abilities did you just lose?
I think I lost Undying Resolve.
Absolutely. Could you drop that in the chat for you can just drop it in the Roll20 chat. Midnight, you have access to this ability for the rest of this game. But you felt so Tarkus, you lose 3 AP as you feel something biting you. You have no marks on you. You have no you felt it like in your core. How do you react to that? Like something just bit you.
Tarkus is going to start looking around to see what bit him.
Like when you're walking on the beach and some wet, sticky thing touches your foot.
You quick look around, see what you just stepped on.
I kind of just want to be basically. I mean, I ended up pulling up like some scales or something from whatever the monster we're chasing was, coming up to the surface with them and just having a little bit of shadow hanging out of his mouth. If that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So Tarkus and Midnight, it is not here anymore, but it definitely was here. Tarkus, you found, I guess, yes, you found scales. Like this thing sheds its skin. Unlike, I'm pretty positive fish don't shed their skin, and this thing does.
I think I found signs of a trail.
Yeah, you tell me, which way did it go?
I want to say west, like I was saying earlier, just because if it was east and then here, it's probably following kind of a looping path.
Okay, so like you guys are here, so you were thinking it's either here or it's heading towards this. Oh, that's fine with me too.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
All right, absolutely.
Like I want to say just kind of circles around that, basically that archipelago area.
Catori, do you know how to drive the sub?
Nope.
I mean, I was in navigation.
Oh, so here comes the question: do we want to drive the sub? Like, do we want to take the sub or do we want to take like one of the boats?
So Catori has a little bit of hesitation from the last mission that she was in charge of. So I think that this time she's gonna say, guys, let's not take the boat. All y'all, let's not take the sub. Let's take a boat. And she's kind of waded into the water a little bit before it drops off because she wants to check out the water too.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. So yeah, Catori, when you set foot in the water, what are you looking for?
Just any signs of anything irregular. Has she seen the full map of this place by now?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, because she's sort of she's very interested in this place in general, so she's looking for any signs of any out of place magic or any sort of meddling with the wildlife.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead and give me a 20-sider. Roll me 2 20-siders and take the highest. This is right up Catori. This is right up, well, Catori and Mystician's alley. I accidentally closed Roll20 on myself. Oh, you rolled a natural 20. Fucking sick. Yeah, alright. Catori, all of these spices are like, okay, how do I explain this in a way that doesn't give everything away? Fucking natural 20 on that roll is so sick. The air, everybody's tasting like a really pleasant flavor. All of the spices and stuff that have been grown and like stored here, even during the height of this hurricane, people like made it a big deal about these spices. These spices were traded at a town like called Turmeric's Outpost. And you, Catori, you know who Turmeric was, but maybe it's just a name. But
I definitely want to find out.
Absolutely. This tastes like home. This tastes like Duet and Seasonal tasted. Like if you could like a local cuisine situation, like you know how like local foods, they taste a certain way because of preparation, and sometimes some people use a specific spice that other places don't. This place tastes like magic. Like the spices taste like magic.
Awesome.
Like it's all so good. It's not mind altering, but a little bit. Like maybe the spices taste different to everybody, and that what it tastes like is just good. And with that, with a 20, I think you go up to the trees and like look at them. Their roots are deep, like deep. Like if under the water where Tarkus and Midnight were, like they could see the roots even running through the as deep as they went. The roots kept going deeper and thick and hardy roots, almost like the densest roots you've ever seen.
Well, that is definitely information I'm going to share with everyone around me.
I guess that might explain why plant life can grow here at all, given all the salt.
You do see like tons of like plant life, and I think Catori, now that you're paying attention, because at 20 I've got to keep giving you stuff, now that you're paying attention, you can almost see No, wait, scratch that. It's not almost. You can see some of these plants growing. They don't grow huge or anything like that, but you are literally watching some of these little guys like petal out and then just like the pollen go like flying away. But the pollen smells amazing, but not in like how floral smells, like food. Oh, this would be amazing if I just put this on some toast.
It's perfect. It's home.
The crab guy with you is just like, yep, we've lived here for a while. It's great to see it all coming back. They said that it used to grow like this, that the whole of all of the islands were covered with this red, amazing spice, found only here. That's how the pepper mills got started.
What happened that it stopped growing?
He points up, and like, Alto. They showed up. The hurricane began, and then just everything slowed to a halt.
Okay.
I'm glad they're gone.
All
Well, at least
right,
the
let's
floating
roll
city is.
out and win this competition by bagging this fish.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so we are going west then.
Yep.
Let me. I've got you guys on this little ship. It is not, you guys, the rocket powered one that they normally use. This is just like a loner. It's just the art I had. Because otherwise you would have to be in the sub. 2 back. So as we head off, still some of the islands covered in the red growing. Are they flowers? Yeah, there would be flowers, right?
Or
What
like an undergrowth.
yeah, like I'm thinking like lichen or moss, but what if it like not pollen, but basically you could shake it and collect the spices that way and it like clings to you.
Oh man.
And I'm thinking the more AP that you have, the more magical that you are, specifically the more magical you are, the more the stuff clings to you. Kind of like a bee collecting pollen, but you guys collecting this spice. And it sticks to you, and it smells strongly, but again, good. But you can wash it off.
I think
How-
Midnight
okay.
you gain
Can we
overwhelmed.
give it a taste?
Absolutely, you are tasting it all the time. Whenever you breathe in, you are tasting this stuff. You can taste it, the strong version of it, absolutely.
I think Midnight's getting overwhelmed by the smell a little bit, even if it's good, and wrapping a cloth around his face.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's all red. All and like it looks like paprika, like smoked. So how are we tracking this thing down, Clovis? Like, are we looking for something in particular? Any markings, anything?
I mean, as a sea monster, I don't think I would have specialty in that. I'm very used to hunting in water.
All right, absolutely.
I guess just looking. That's all I
Yeah, you
got.
won't. Yeah,
Uh,
no, it's fine. Give me a 20-sider. $18 is perfectly good. You see the wreckage of another boat that was out here, and it looks like basically the same kind of class of a vehicle as what you have right now. So it was probably one of the competitors. It's definitely going to be over here on this little island. And it has been just snapped in half, and the remaining portion is over there.
Guess I'll
Wow.
pull my boots off, roll my pants up, and I'm gonna throw my coat off very dramatically and hop in the water and go swim over.
Absolutely. Love the drama. So yeah, you all just see Clovis like take off. Well, not take off, like it's not that far. And like you get to the boat, and it has been just completely decimated. Looks like not little bites or anything. It was just one huge bite. Took this thing completely in half. You see some fishing rods laying around, broken. Like you see a bucket of like what looks like bait, and then you hear some like groaning from like the back little like cubby hole of it.
I'll go investigate.
Someone made it out. Alive-ish.
Where did that token go? Ah, here he is. Like a little fish guy with a helmet on, like peeks his head out of his little like hiding spot. He's just like, oh, oh, this saved me. There was this creature, humongous, absolutely ginormous. So it came, took my ship. We had it hooked though. We had it hooked. Like, oh, it was right on the line. And then it was so large it consumed my ship. But right up until then, I would have been a shoo-in. You should have seen this thing. Absolutely gargantuan. Like, it pulsed with this strange light.
And it consumed your ship?
It did. The front half of it, I was really worried. I can't swim.
I'll give him a piggyback ride back to our boat.
Oh, sick. He's like, oh, let me look around. Did anything survive? And you see him like lifting up like some of his like an old shirt. And he's like, no, that didn't make it. He does grab his bait bucket though. He's like, okay. And he climbs onto your shoulders.
Very important.
So you said about 20 feet, right? And talking to Clovis.
Yep.
Okay.
uh,
I don't think Midnight's entirely convinced anymore.
while Clovis is swimming back to us, Tarkus is gonna see if there's any extra movement in the water.
Catori's gonna lean over to Midnight and be like, maybe it's more like 25 feet. You know? Just, in the ballpark.
So as the fish is riding on Clovis's shoulders, Tarkus, you see like some of the bait sloshes out and into the water. And then you do see, a rather large shadow under the water.
Clovis, you need to get to the boat. You need to get to the boat now.
I'm gonna ask our little fishy friend if he's injured.
Just my pride and my ship, but mostly that. Why do you
Alright.
ask?
Tuck yourself in. I'm gonna pull him off my back and throw him over to our boat.
Nice. Roll me a 20 sider.
Ooh.
Oh,
But that was a
That
3.
was almost a 3.
Yeah.
He like curls up in cannonball position and just goes end over end. The whole time he's just sloshing this bait all over the boat though.
whatever.
And he lands like ta-da! But then Clovis, you manage to get back onto the boat fast enough with a 17. Yeah, you don't have to roll again for that one. But you do feel it.
But that would be cool if I fought a giant fish in the water.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you want to stay in the water, go for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna draw my swords while in the water.
I mean, I know that that's what you want, but you are making Catori so nervous right now. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
my
that's
bad.
nothing. That's yeah.
Sorry, I forgot he had to be a little bit bigger.
Huh.
All right. Clovis has dived under the water. Wait, are you diving or are you just waiting for it?
How far is it?
It's pretty deep. Like we have some deep water. It's coming at you right now, so it's on its way. I would say you got it like 100 feet or so.
Could somebody throw me my bag from the boat? My suspiciously heavy bag.
Sure.
I don't think we need to make a roll for you to like throw the bag. I think that's pretty fine.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, Catori just kind of like it's a gentle underhand because obviously she doesn't want to like bean Clovis. 'Cause sometimes she has real bad luck. All right, like I've rolled multiple 4s in one game, so like let's not. So she just gently throws it in your direction.
I'm gonna pull my magical gauntlet that I got from what game was it?
Oh shit! Like load in the mana batteries one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
that one.
You guys aren't underwater. I just want you guys to be on the screen. So just imagine you're above it.
With my gauntlet and my swords, I'm gonna face down this massive beast and hopefully kill it.
So Catori has a magic wand that was given to her by the fairy adventurer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What like is there a limitation to the magic wand's abilities?
Is this did I send you a sheet with that one, or is this the other one?
I'm unsure. I know that I never received a sheet.
I remember this one exactly now, Catori.
Okay.
You point, tell me what you want to do, and say the magic word.
Okay. I would like to attempt to shrink this beastie down to the 20 feet we believe it should be.
All right, absolutely. What's the magic word?
Get small.
All right, roll me a 20-sider.
Okay. This is so dumb.
A 12, like it. You guys see what's it look like, Catori? when this like succeeds?
I feel like it would be a very like weird shift in the water because obviously he was taking up so much more space than he will be shortly. Um, so I want to feel like it would create a small wave, not a huge one, probably rolling back out to fill the space where he was. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get you. All right. Yeah, I'm completely down with this. So you guys all like get pushed away a little bit, and then the next thing you see is the same creature but much smaller. It is around 20 feet now instead of the 40 feet that it was.
Hell yeah.
As like you guys see Midnight and Tarkus, while you're on the boat and you see Catori doing this, you see the pollen on her is bright orange when she does it. And you are all reminded of Yoke for a moment. You know what I mean? Like, if everything we were tasting reminded Catori of Duet, the city in the Seasonings game forever ago that we played. When she did that, the flavor shifted to whatever Yolk tastes like. Did we have a food associated with yolk? I know eggs is the easy joke. It's like I see it. I too am grabbing, like seeing that low-hanging fruit.
Bacon.
You think
I was
bacon?
thinking apple just
French
because how
toast.
often those.
Cadbury.
So breakfast food. With
Yeah, maybe breakfast.
Yolk tastes like a breakfast diner.
Specifically every non-egg breakfast food.
French toast is made with eggs.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got a fucking like regular just a nice like silver diner smelling situation. That's how Yolk feels. Like you guys are all like and you feel a little bit like this is an adventure. Like I know you didn't sign up for it with the guild, but in this moment, you guys are on an adventure. Clovis, you can catch that gauntlet and like put it on your hand, and it feels like it's like that fucking moment in Army of Darkness where Ash puts his like fake hand on and he's like groovy. That's what it feels like in this moment. That is the tone of this moment, Clovis. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
I haven't. I'm not old.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I am. But picture like whenever anybody in a Saturday morning cartoon gets a power up all of a sudden, like or they equip their best weapon. That's how it feels for you, Clovis. Like the water around you is kind of parting just long enough that you see a clear shot at this creature that is stunned by the fact that you just grew twice as big.
Can I do something to help out real quick?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
I think while all this was going on, Midnight was pulling out the cube from his belt's handy haversack, turning it into a rod, and summoning his shadow whip, using that as a hook and line, and trying to cast it into the thing's mouth and hook it to kind of pull it and leave it a little more vulnerable for Clovis.
Yeah, go for it. Give me that roll. Yeah, 14's a success. Absolutely. So, Clovis, you see Midnight's hook go flying through the water just precisely, and like grab this thing and yank it open. Tarkus, in this moment, Catori firing a magic wand. Midnight has this thing hooked. Clovis is aiming his shot with his gauntlet. What are you doing? There's a couple things happening here. Like, you can try to hold the monster still if you want to. You could reinforce Midnight if you want to. What are we doing?
I think Tarkus is going to dive into the water to try to hold the monster down.
All right. So give me a 20 sider.
Ooh.
What happened, Tarkus?
Is the monster able to swallow Tarkus?
It could for sure swallow you if that's what you'd want. Absolutely.
I
So,
think
like, its
Tarkus
mouth-
is not ready for Midnight to try to fish it and accidentally jerk its mouth upwards.
Oh, absolutely. Tarkus going in for the punch, and Midnight just like pulls it out of your range. Okay, so here we go. All right, Clovis, you
Yes.
get 3d20, one for yourself, one for Midnight, one for Catori, firing on this thing. A nat 20, all of the numbers are what they are, but just so you know, a failure, you miss, and a 1, you definitely hit Tarkus with this shot.
So you want me to roll 3 20s?
Yep, roll me 3d20. Natural 20 though, fucking sick. One quick second. Sorry about that. My earbud started to die, and I don't know what the box is. All right, so with a natural 20, all right, you loaded in a full mana battery with it. Like, you shot this thing. Fuck, that thing destroys, doesn't it?
I thought it was a like a touch death spell.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Well, fuck. All right, narrate that one to me. You're gonna kill this fish.
Guess I'll put the palm up to wherever I think its brain is, and let it rip.
Yeah, fucking, you should put your palm to it, and like the whole thing just like dies. Because it was power word kill is like what it was.
All right, y'all, let's hook this thing up and claim our reward.
Midnight just whistling and reeling in with a shadow.
Talk is still inside.
Is there anything
Look now,
inside
do it once.
the fish?
You?
We're just escorting him back up to the ship, or to the boat. It's not a problem. He's fine. Everything's fine. Tarkus is fine.
This is a very traumatic experience.
Don't worry, I've been there before.
So is Tarkus.
The difference is Tarkus didn't survive the last one.
Yeah, you guys done murdered the big. So yeah, alright, so you have a 25-foot fish with Tarkus inside of it.
Can
suppose
get
we can pull
Tarkus
him out, yeah.
Yeah. While we're pulling Tarkus out of our monster to be, we should confirm with our fish pal. Is this the thing that attacked you?
He looks at it, it's like, this one seems much smaller. And he's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. This one's not. It's not pulsing the way that it was. I was pretty sure.
Pulsing. You mean pulsing?
Well, the last one, it was like pulsing with like a strange light.
Okay, are there any rules for how we are allowed to detect where the fish are during this competition? Because Catori still wants to win.
Oh, absolutely not.
All right. Hold on. Let me see something. No, I don't think I can do that. Okay, so are there any trees nearby?
Yeah, I bet like if on one of the islands there's probably at least one of those like spice trees that you've been seeing.
As I could use speak with trees, since their roots go deep, they might know where this creature is and could tell me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Go up to one of the islands and then just talk to them about fish, or whatever it is. We were here. No, all right. This is good. This will work just great. We're looking to talk to a tree, and I've got a tree.
Hell yeah.
The fish is the fish guy is just like looking at you guys' catch. He's just like, this is pretty good. You guys have a good chance of winning here. And Catori, you go up to the tree, and it senses your want to talk to it, kind of like with your. It feels you still have to cast speak with tree, but like it's eager to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you thought that it might be like, oh, I've got to coax this thing out, you were surprised by the like eagerness. It's like, hey, what's up? It's like, oh my god, I haven't talked to anybody in ages. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fucking amazing! Talking to somebody!
Hell yeah.
I've been on this island forever!
Well, I'm hoping then that you can help us with some information we need. Do you have a moment?
I have all the moments. Like, up until right now, it was fucking windy.
Well, listen, I'm here to distract you for just a minute. And hey, check out this fish we just killed. But I hear that there's a bigger one that glows? Question mark? Do you know anything about a really bizarre fish in these waters?
The fish don't really talk to me that much. I wish they did. Some of them do. Every once in a while, a fish will come up and just have a conversation. But they don't answer me. They're usually just talking to themselves. But, he's like, well, can this tree see?
I figured if their roots go deep, they can, like, feel changes in the water, like a more magical fish compared to just, like, the everyday aquatic life.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's just like, well, it's like, now that you mention it, like, we was feeling that one for a little while. It felt like it got much smaller really fast. And it's just like, it lost a lot of weight. But aside from that, there is a couple other things out there. And you know what? I'm just gonna give it to you. He's just like, there has been an incredibly large shark out there recently. I felt it hunting down other animals underwater. It's just like, she feels dangerous. huge even. It's like one of the biggest things out there. But in the last couple weeks, there have been creatures from the east coming into our waters. Some of the celestial strange, if you will.
That actually sounds real bad.
And she's like, and then, like, and maybe you guys can help me with this one. There is something metal that is in the waters lately. Some kind of familiar. It does not move like an animal, but it has been through our waters a couple of times. It's in them right now. Do you know what that is?
Is that our submarine? Our ship? Question
Yeah,
mark?
that would be your ship
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's ours. That's how we get around.
Wait, how far do you travel?
Me personally, not very far. I'm heckin' lazy. But some people travel pretty far. Not me.
You somehow get the feeling this tree is looking longingly in the distance.
Oh.
It's like, to be able to travel, to see the world, to feel different winds through my leaves.
Can I like create a sapling from this tree and carry it around with me so that he can travel?
I'm completely down for it.
But I need to ask the tree's consent first before I take a cutting from his person.
Oh, we're doing the cutting, all right? Yeah, we can do a cutting.
Yeah, like I don't think I can fit an entire. I'm taller now, but I'm not that tall. I can't like haul around a whole tree, but I could haul around part of him and he could travel with me.
Hey, the rest of you, Catori's has been talking to this tree for a little while.
I think Midnight is just kind of comparing the skills he found earlier to the creature they caught, just to kind of double check. He doesn't really care about the tree talking because it's just kind of normal to him.
So, you see the tree is super excited about this, and he's just like, oh my god, I got a pack. What am I gonna get? And then like you see some of the tree like rustling, and then you see many leaves falling off of it, but some of them sprouting at one of the ends. It's just like, take the cutting from here, take the cutting from here, as the voice is coming from one very specific spot on the tree now.
Okay.
So yeah, this just looks like a stick. Like, it's not Groot.
No. But Catori can talk to it still. Nobody else
Catori
can.
Do you have anything to plant it in, or are you just putting in your pocket?
For now, I think she's got like a little wet cloth and she's wrapped it around where she cut so that it's nice and safe. And she's going to put it in her monster bag next to all of her snacks so that he's is nice and safe and not getting smushed in her pocket.
Nice. I will defer to everybody else's knowledge about gardening and stuff. I don't know how things work.
Okay.
I've never grown a thing in my life.
I mean, it's a very temporary way to travel with the cutting. You have to get it into some water shortly so that it can start to sprout roots. So yay. But she's definitely gonna turn around and be like, so hey, there's apparently a super big shark in these here waters.
So what you're saying is we're going shark hunting next.
Yeah, I think
Do you
we
know how
gotta
big it
go.
is?
The tree can't really tell me that much information, just that they've sensed it and that it's been really causing a lot of problems. Also that there's, well, I just tell him the whole thing that, like the tree said, that there's other animals coming in from, I think he said the east, other aquatic life. So things are really changing a lot in this body of water recently, according to the tree.
I speak the truth. But that's coming out of your bag, and only you can hear it.
No, we believe you. It's fine. And now she's looking at her bag, like talking into the pouch. Like, no, we believe you. It's fine. I'm letting them know that you gave me this information.
She talking to herself now?
Fish guy just looks at you like, why is she talking? She talked to a tree, now she's talking to a bag.
I've seen weirder
Does this-
working with Tomb Squad.
That and I've worked with druids, but so quick question. We probably should not bring you with on a shark hunt unless you really want to go. But is our participation over as soon as we turn in a catch? Or
Yep, as soon as you turn it in. Yeah, what you turn in, what you catch is what it is. Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to leave this at the sub, or do we want to use it as bait for the shark?
I was kind of thinking about that second option. If the shark's big enough, this would probably be more than adequate to lure it in, you would hope.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, all right. Fish guy is just gonna wait on this island until you come back. He's just gonna like rest up against this tree and just like if you can just remember to come back and get me. My name's Franklin.
Of course, I'll make sure to remind these guys if they forget.
He raises his thumb. Thumb fin. And just like pulls his little helmet down and just starts sleeping. He's exhausted. So where are we heading? Like, where are we trying to bait this thing? And like, just so you know, it can be literally any of them. I will put it wherever. I will put the shark wherever you want it to be because you're chumming for the water. Like you're chumming it. But where do you all want to? Where would you want to face this shark?
I vote for the middle sort of wreckage area of quadrant 4.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to fight? Okay.
I was honestly, I was kind of thinking here, just kind of lure it here and use the land to our advantage.
I was thinking either here or maybe in here.
So why don't we do like here? I'm not allowed to make circles. I'm not cool enough.
You can't
But
click
like right
the
in the
screen?
middle. I did.
It's picky.
Yeah, okay. But like right in the middle of 5 and 6 then. Yeah.
Oh, what's that? You can fight it at the cove if you want to too. Like, fight might be a strong word because but just fishing. It's not going to be like a boss fight or anything, right?
Yeah.
It's just fishing. Not me spending a lot of time finding a token.
I mean, I know we want to win this competition, but we also kind of have to do what we're supposed to be doing, which is sad. So I guess we have to use this fish.
I mean, you don't have to use the fish.
Yeah.
I mean, a 25-foot fish is a big fish. We all know that. Even in fantasy world, that's a big fish. It was big enough to swallow Tarkus.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go turn this in. But like, you also could catch the 40-foot one.
Yeah.
Like, you could catch the big shark. Just whether or not you guys can is up to the dice and you.
If we don't make the attempt, why did we even come fishing?
True.
And worst
nice
case scenario,
relax- Go ahead.
worst case scenario, we can try to protect the current catch, but we'll see how that goes.
Alright. So we'll... Does this seem good, you guys? Like, we have some land. We've got, like, this is the cove in the background. It's not, like, right there, but you could probably see it. Like, it's a little, like, inlet that you guys could try to get the shark into. Does that seem like a good place for you guys to use?
Seems good to me.
It's pretty.
This whole side of the world's really pretty. I like Alkali quite a bit. Alright, let's put you guys... So what's the plan here? I'm going to shrink you guys down a bit. So sell me on the plan here. Like...
Okay, I have an idea. So my thought is, if we can lure it in, I can wait on. I could try to get on the other side of it, try and knock it out of the water. Tarkus, if you're willing, you could be on land, harpooning it to try to help pull it in. And Catori, Clovis, if you can get some heavy hits on it, I think we could take it out pretty quickly.
The old smash and grab. I love fishing.
All right. So, yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna start it off with sorry, answering a question from
okay.
chat. So shit. So yeah, the fish is out there, like the bait is set. And like midnight, and it sounds like since you're doing the fishing portion of it, you want to give me the first roll?
Yeah, but I think one thing specifically I want to do is basically while we're kind of, I'm going to be putting on a water respirator and kind of go on the opposite side of the shoreline and kind of press myself up against the rock line and use the Mimic's cloak to blend myself in with the rock to kind of get in ambush position. Another roll.
Alright. Here's your tough choice. You can remain completely hidden. Like, and you will get one free attack on this thing, no problems. The the downside to that is this thing is enormous. It is easily twice as big as we thought it was. Or you can, it'll spot you, and it's about a 60-foot shark.
You know what? Go big or go home. Let's make it enormous.
Yes, sir.
All right. So it comes like, you guys all see the water rippling in front of you. Like, you see the fact that something is down there, and then it like it heads right for the bait. Like, it moving under the water is enough to like topple you guys' like ship around. And like, Midnight, what is your start on it? Oh wait, no. Yeah, what's your start? You get that free attack. Or whatever you wanted to do. It doesn't have to be an attack. You could be like trying to trip it up or something.
So I think what he's going to do is basically his equivalent of Thunderous Word, his Shallow Tendril Strike, and just unleash a swarm of tendrils at it to try to knock it towards shore, try to beach it.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh wait, so yeah. I definitely think it's hit, and I definitely think it's dazed, but this thing is too big to move with just thunder like that. It's just like, you push it, and it just like, you all see it bites, but misses the fish that you guys had thrown in there. Just like, it misses the bait. And it's behind the ship a little. Oh no, closer to the shore. It's close to the shore, just not on it. I'm going to get rid of this guy for now. He's going to hang up. But absolutely, it does not like that. Clovis, Catori, Tarkus, this thing is big. Real big. Tarkus, it big. What is the plan here? Is Tarkus was on land, right? To try to like get it up?
Yep.
That's okay.
I think Tarkus is first going to spend 3 AP to fire the Sea Wraith to impale it.
Yeah, all right. Give me that 20 setter. Yeah, 14. You like, yeah, you hit it. Where were you shooting it?
Tarkus was aiming for one of the eyes.
I don't think we took an eye out yet. Not yet. And besides, the eyes are huge. They've got like, if something is this big, how big are their eyes? Like, I think this is almost not a Godzilla moment, but like, this is definitely like big, like the Meg and stuff like that, like big ass megalodon.
Fantastic.
And like, yeah, I think yeah, it'll go into the eye for sure. It's not blind. It's like, you just see it like trying to like shake it out. I don't think sharks blink. If they do, somebody correct me, but that seems wild.
Sharks have eyelids.
Oh shit.
They
But do
don't
they
need
blink?
to blink like us, though. They use their eyelids to protect their eyes, but that's pretty much it. But so they don't blink, no.
But then why do they have eyelids?
I don't know.
Probably for the same reason we still have appendixes.
I hate it. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, you see Tarkus has has fired his harpoon with a tethering cable basically into its eye. Are you brief? What's the next step for you, Tarkus? I'm not what are you gonna try to do?
I want to use the Conjurer's Crown to use shock on the harpoon. Have the harpoon act as a lightning rod.
Okay, so you want it to remain in there. Absolutely. So, Clovis and Catori, you see Tarkus setting up to do this action. What is you two's next line of action? What is it that you two are gonna do?
Catori, you can go first.
Thank you. So can you remind me where is the shark at the moment? Half in water, half on land?
It's half in water. I think it's half out of water, but not on land, but close. It's in the shallows. I think if it freaked out, it would and flopped around really strongly, it would probably get back into water. Except for the fact it is currently being pushed by Midnight and held by Tarkus. But yeah, a little bit of both. Or you can tell me where it is. That's fine too.
No, that sounds good to me. So I think Catori will see that Tarkus was aiming for one eye, and she'll charge and swing for the other one, because blinding it just seems like the next natural step, right?
Yeah, club the big old fish.
1d20?
Yeah, 1d20. $19 though, and we all know that that's going up. So, what's it look like to fucking mollywop a shark with a caber?
I just figure she doesn't really say anything quick or sharp this time because it's a shark. Any cute line she has to say would be wasted on the shark. So she just runs in and sort of volleyball spiking the eyeball, but with a giant log. So she just takes her 3 steps, jumps in the air, and swings right down directly from above her head into the shark's eye. Just hammers right down on it.
Absolutely. And you all see exactly what she describes, and as it comes down, Catori seems bigger in that moment than it makes sense. You guys have seen Catori. Catori is big now, but Catori's not that big. And when it hits, you feel a huge impact of that caber just slamming into this thing's eye. And it starts rolling. You hit it so hard, it rolls over. And Catori's the only mystician here. Yep, Catori's the only Alright, so I don't think any more information comes out, but I think it does do you want to hit it towards the shore, Catori, when it rolls, or do you want it to go back into the water? What's your goal here?
No. I would like it to land more on land.
Alright.
So we have an advantage.
So, Tarkus, you're gonna have to scooch back. Alright, Tarkus is gonna have to scooch back. While that's happening, and Clovis, what is your attack on this thing? Catori is volleyball spiked it into the ground. You are set up for not a free attack because it is still thrashing and it's still incredibly dangerous at the rate that it's thrashing, but what's your opening?
My swords are pretty big, but this thing's bigger. I don't think they're gonna cut it. Come on, guys.
Oh, no. The fish guy on the island. I got it!
Yeah. Thank you, fish guy. Um. Tarkus, is your plan to like pull it on shore?
Now that it's closer on land, it might be something to that effect.
I guess if you're doing that, I'll help you. I don't know what else to do.
All right, Tarkus. And midnight. We're back to midnight. Clovis is setting up to help Tarkus with the moving the thing in. You just saw Catori leap in the air and do a feat of strength. In that moment, when Catori hit that 20, you got the awestrike feeling that I mentioned when like Giri's nearby. If you guys don't remember Giri, he's a 20-foot tall werewolf with 13 swords stuck in his back. Like there was a moment where like you were awestruck by Catori. Like, yeah, you guys are all strong, especially you. Like you have done some physically very impressive things. That even by you guys' standards seemed a bit off. Also, what, like, Catori, if there was an onomatopoeia, like, sound effect bubble behind Catori when she hit that thing, what would it have said?
I don't even know. You mean like old school comic style?
Yeah, those bubbles, like kapow, or slam, or sneak, or bamf.
Blammo.
No, I want that one's good. No, because so she's hitting like soft tissue or whatever, so I want it to be like a squelch.
Squelch? Ew.
Squelch is the noise that her caber made when it slammed into the thing's eye.
Absolutely. Squelch it is.
You're welcome.
And Midnight, I think you saw that. I think you saw, and like, convincing anybody that that's what you saw might be a stretch, like, in the moment. But to you, the memory is, behind Catori, it said, squelch.
I think Midnight's a little
Scarring.
bit confused.
Scarring
Midnight's-
crewmates for life, starting today.
I think he's confused for a moment, but mostly just seeing what's going on. He's just feeling like he needs to take it up a notch, so he's just going to rip off his tie, rip off his sleeves, and I'm playing Rip Like Jesus. And he's just going to summon another Shadow Tendril Strike, but this time just kind of wrap the tendrils up into a massive hand and just try to slam down on the shark as hard as he can.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me that 20-sider. $17 does it just fine. Yeah, tell me what that looks like.
So you
So
just see
you're just slamming it down?
you see the
Like the
tendrils.
holder? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you just kind of see the tendrils burst out of his back, store up into the air until they just kind of wrap around themselves like kind of muscle fibers until they turn into basically a massive version of Midnight's hand, and then just kind of claw down, slamming into its body and pressing, trying to just kind of hold and smash it.
I mean, absolutely fucking solid. You feel a certain amount of momentum, Tarkus and Clovis, in this moment. Like, you just saw two massive feats of strength back to back, and I think there's a tone change where if we originally were if we were watching a movie that was Jaws to begin with, at some point, this turned into the Power Rangers. If that makes sense, to me, it makes sense, but obviously I'm the one that said it. Like, imagine there was a sense of dread, and then it just, like, watching Catori roll that 20, like, or get that crit right there, changed it. Like, she hit it so hard the background music changed. And then Midnight rode that change. And, like, Midnight, even with Rip Like Jesus, you know how strong you are. But this thing is Goliath, and you are slamming it into the ground in front of Tarkus and Clovis. And in that moment, it begins to change too. Like, you see what look like its fins start like elongating and have like little bony protrusions. Tarkus, it's really fucking weird. Like, you're trying to like hold on with your cable, and you're watching its fins grow hands, like, but like ragged claws as it's like scraping furrows into the dirt, and now it's beginning to claw itself towards you on these, like, and they are growing and becoming massive. Like, this thing is jacked. Like, and it's waving its back tail and its primary fin, and it is moving like a fucking freight train at you and Clovis.
You just had to say train, didn't you?
I mean, yeah, you could try to suplex it, but let me tell you, it's gonna be tricky. But real quick, this thing begins to pulsate. Like, this thing begins to like just throb a different color, like an incredibly vibrant orange from underneath its eyes. Clovis, you have definitely seen creatures like this do this in the wastes in Tirloa. Like, this is when you know shit gets wild.
It kind of sounds like, how do I put it? We're being magically amplified our strength. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's like pulling magic from everywhere. Yeah, it's like, it's... Oh, go ahead.
And that's affecting us too, yeah?
Yeah, it's definitely affecting you. You guys are feeling it. Absolutely.
So if I were to...
Go ahead.
So if I were to catch the shark and throw it over me like Raiden from Metal Gear Rising.
That's exactly what I'm planning to do.
Nice. Let's do it, Tarkus.
Yeah. Fucking you two just side by side. What's the pose? Walk me through this one, like, completely. I need like step by step how this looks.
I'm gonna throw my jacket off again, like I just grab the shoulder and throw it off. It makes no sense, but it just comes off.
Oh, we got.
Oh, absolutely, you guys. It's all like tear. It feels tearaway. Like, you don't even pull your arms out of it. That's just fucking flying through the air, and the wind is catching both of these coats. So like flutter, flutter, flutter. Not like a pile of wet clothes that hit the ground. It's just all like in the background, like a cape. What's the tone of the theme music? Like, if this like this thing coming at us, if this was like a wrestler walk out onto a walkout music, what's the tone? It's like, what is YouTube's tag team backing track?
Rules of Nature from Metal Gear Rising's been stuck in my head.
The idea of just embroidering just the coats flying through the air.
No, it'll look way cooler than that. They'll be standing in front of him and their arms will be out because he just can't. She's got plans. It's gonna look
Oh,
awesome.
I suspect it will. All right, so both of you two roll me two 20-sided. Yes, two 20-siders apiece. That's a fucking nat 20 from
Nice.
Oh, why did you only
Clovis.
roll one for me?
Hit me with that other one, Ro. Oh, Tarkus, sorry. I'm just reading your names over on the side.
Nice.
18 and a 20. That's going to be so fucking sick. All right. So this shark, again, jacked as shit. Like at this point, it also has like huge biceps, and it's beginning to like claw its way. And you guys see other legs too from behind it. And this thing is like almost like a bullet at this point, or like I actually don't know how to pronounce it. I know it has like a French inflection. Land sharks from Dungeons and Dragons, basically, as it like comes flying at you at a ridiculous speed. Like you guys just Clovis effortlessly catches it. It's a little bit harder for Tarkus, but you get there. Like an 18 is only negligibly worse than the 20. You know, understand? But yeah, you two in this moment, and I'm not trying to take anything away from you playing that card. Midnight, I think Whip Like Jesus worked on all of you.
Sounds good to me.
So like you two are incredibly more muscular than you were before. Like you don't have to rip your sleeves of your shirts off. Your arms are just there already, glistening. And I'm talking like Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger handshake level of muscles is what we're dealing with, guys. So what's it look like to suplex this giant ass shark by its... You're grabbing it by its mouth?
I was thinking like the chin, like right there.
Like we get right up underneath its jaw.
Yeah. And like the ground breaks underneath their feet.
Of course, the ground has to
Yeah.
crack underneath you guys' feet.
Yeah.
If this doesn't kill it, you guys have to fuse. Yeah, so... Alright. This thing doesn't have a rest of a body because it wasn't supposed to ever be seen out of the water.
You're welcome.
Dude, imagine how fucking, like... And then we're just dropping it?
Yep.
Just like...
Or are we throwing it?
Is there something we can impale it on?
Catori has a caber, but I don't know if it's that big.
I don't think
Nice.
it's that big now.
I
Let's
suppose
go
the
back to the
question is
maps.
if we-
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna
Sorry.
say, I suppose the question is if my shell tendril strike can be still active at the moment. If I need to do another cast.
To make your shadow strike a like Like a
basically
spike?
transform that arm into a spike.
I mean, we could try, or like we could take advantage of the geography and the fact that some of these mountains are pretty spiky.
I am kind of liking the mountain idea.
Sounds good to me.
Like, we chose to fight here for a reason.
Yeah.
So let me just 100% make sure we all on board. We have it in a suplex position, but instead of suplexing it, we're gonna start to giant swing it.
Like throw it
And
up in
throw
the
it-
air and it comes down and impales on a mountaintop? Is that the plan?
That felt like the plan to me. Catori and Midnight, it looks like you two are the ones aiming where Tarkus and Clovis, because they already rolled fucking perfectly, so we don't have to worry about if they're strong enough. But Midnight and Catori, how do we make sure this thing hits a mountain?
I mean, they're kind of everywhere at this point where we are, so... Right? It doesn't seem like it'd be that challenging. We're just like, hey, that away.
Yeah, I think just both trying to kind of line up the angle and let them know when to let go.
A little more to the left.
Fucking just bark, bark, bark. Heard from the thing, just like as jumping around, like, yeah, I'm a dog. All right, Midnight and Catori, both roll me 20 status, please.
I have one question, quick.
Absolutely.
Infernal Bargain. Do I need to use that before a roll? Because that's the ring that basically I sacrifice HP to increase the roll.
Oh no, oof. Catori rolled a 5. Yeah, you have to. The bargain has to be made before you roll.
So yeah, I'll sacrifice 6 HP to kind of just focusing the ring to try to basically trade my life force to focus my mind on the task, so I can increase the roll by 6.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me that 20-sided, and hopefully it's not a 1. It was not. So yeah, this thing just goes flying through the air. And it's just like... Lura just reminded me there's a bomb out here, but you guys never went anywhere near where it was. That thing's a problem for the future. Alright, where are we putting this, Midnight? Like, because this thing is going to become, like, scenery for a while.
How are we going to win the competition?
The funniest answer is honestly this one, because they will see it from where the competition was started.
That's kind of what I was thinking, especially since we were right in this area. It just kind of makes no sense.
Do we get credit for it still?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Like, how do you...
How would anyone dispute that?
Right? How is anybody going to argue?
We'll mount our own trophy. Don't worry. You guys can stop fishing now. We win. Oh, and this is our announcement.
Don't worry, production value is very important to me. There we go.
And we still have our other fish too, right?
Yeah, I never even got that one.
We'll turn that one in just for fun.
Fucking turning it, like, showing up, it's like, we got you this, but also this.
I have a question that's annoying, because it is annoying. But can we harvest some teeth from that thing now that it's deceased?
Yeah, for sure. Like, they want to eat the meat. That's part of the contest. Like, they want to eat the shark, but you guys can have the teeth for sure. They're fucking huge.
I was gonna ask, how big is this thing's jaw compared to the sub?
It would easily swallow the sub and then some. Like, it's way bigger. I think its whole mouth is bigger than the sub.
So Catori's gonna gather 4 of its largest teeth.
I think Midnight's going to kind of look for something that see if there's anything that might be ideal for the weapon project that he wants to kind of do later.
I mean, it's just a really big shark. Like you can see how do I explain this? It shouldn't have been able to shapeshift like that.
Yeah, that was weird. Just like a little.
And kind of gross.
Clovis, you have seen creatures do this. The scariest, most terrifying things that you can see in Tirloa do this. Like some of the nightmare predators that come out incredibly rarely do this. They have some connection to the path that your people walk, the spell that they have been keeping going for the last 1,000 years.
Surely this means nothing.
The reason things get so big. It's just I think you guys could definitely have that conversation. If you guys don't know how to have that conversation, we could say that you talked about it.
Like on our trip back to shore to turn in our kill, we were like, so, what was that back there? Because that was a little strange.
I don't know, but it was awesome, and I'm buying you all drinks.
Hell yeah.
As you go to pick off the bones and stuff, Catori very specifically, can I get 2 20-siders? The ability to roll is because you're a mystician, and the second one is because 13 is really fun.
Oh no. Oh no.
So that doesn't actually affect Tarkus or Midnight right for that one. You guys didn't roll it, don't worry about it. And Catori's not cursed. I thought about it for a second. Catori, this thing has some of its gills are coated with have you been to the Sick and Sea, Catori?
I don't even remember. And I know it's a terrible answer. I don't remember.
You're fine. I hold nobody accountable for not being able to remember all of my weird bullshit. But the Sick and Sea is on the western side of the Neverglades. One second, I'll try to get a map up for you. You'd think I'd just have all of the maps ready to go. But if I don't think we're going to go to a place, I generally don't put that map on the screen. But then we go everywhere.
We have to keep you on your toes somehow.
Right? Here we go. Got a map going. There it is. Alright. So this is the Sick and Sea. Clovis, you would know a lot about the Sick and Sea. Tarkus might. Tarkus, you died over here.
So the answer is I have never been here. So.
Excellent. This water is super thick and gunked up with something. We haven't figured out what they were mining up, but it was an incredible source of energy. But it has polluted this side of the world. It is polluted into Tirloa, which is why they call it the Wastes now. It's not its original name, but it's what it is now. And it's just it kills everything that goes in there. But it also kind of brings them back. is like different creatures. Like that giant metal snake is both alive and dead, like, but not undead. You know, it killed what it was and it made it something else. And in this thing's gills, you can see like a lot of the gunk. Like this thing has been in the Sicken Sea and recently. And it's just covered in like a strange contamination. And as like a magical study and also somebody who has had experience with like spirits and stuff, it does kind of feel like it is alive with magic.
Maybe I should take some like skin samples and stuff too. To take
I would,
that?
yeah, I would say that is the smart option. Yeah.
Now that I'm observing this, yes, I will still take the 4 largest teeth, but I'm also gonna take some other stuff too.
And like the moment Catori starts like doing that, you all like feel yourselves slim back to your normal selves. Like you don't have sleeves anymore, but your biceps aren't crushing your body. But right up until Catori was just like, "Oh, I should do this thing." You all still was super, like you were ripping those teeth out of this shark's head, just barehanded. So then you guys head back to see a cord. And the whole town is just sitting at the edge of the town looking at that shark, by the way. Like as you see the two, I was just 2 fishing teams, I believe, show back up with
Oh, we
their
did get that-
catches. Go ahead.
We need to get the fish guy.
He's just like whistling. He's like, "Oh, they'll save me one
Yeah.
day."
No! We're just
You
gonna leave
guys
our
can save him.
Oh!
You guys can definitely.
My mind.
It would have been tricky for you guys if Catori didn't say that she did something responsible.
I always do responsible things.
I took responsibility for remembering the guy, so definitely need to
Hell yeah.
remember.
Right? It's like right after, it's like that guy just rowing out to him. All right. So what was everybody's catch? Like, can you guys drop that right in here in the stream chat so I don't have to go hunt it down? So I know what the teams caught. Accord is looking at this thing like, holy shit. What is that? And he was just looking at the first 25-foot fish.
That is one of the things that was eating ships. And then I'll point at the shark. That's the other.
This thing was bait.
He's like, yeah, I guess. Just
Would you believe this thing? Would you believe this thing was bigger until just that Catori?
He's just like, okay. I assume this was bait for that, and he points to the mountain, like just.
Yep.
Yeah. You gotta get a big fish to catch a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish. When it landed, did it do like the skewer thing where the tail folded over and also got skewered so it looks folded, or is it just like flopping?
Oh no, I want it to be flopping.
Yeah,
I want a
longer
good
than
breeze
flopping.
to make it. Yep, it's like it made like a noise. Like no, it's flopping in the breeze.
Huh.
No one can misjudge its length even from a distance.
She's like, that's gonna feed us for the lifetime. We'll have fish jerky forever. Shark jerky. It's just like, oh, we'll be able to make such. And like, you guys see a it's definitely another crab guy, I think, because I like the crab guys. Which one? A crab guy comes out of is this guy? It's for sure this guy.
I love his hat.
He makes noodles, but he's also a master craftsman. And he comes like, oh, he's just like, oh, imagine we'll be able to use those bones to solidify. He's like looking at it. He's just like, this will be a great thing. And he looks at Catori and like, he's like, did you happen to gather any of the teeth? Did you bring any of the bones?
Oh
like,
no,
I believe
we left most of the bones there.
Okay. So like I was just so I didn't have to make the trip right now. I had some tests I wanted to run. It's like I believe we could use the teeth to fashion. I mean, obviously, more fishing equipment for everybody, but I'm thinking grander. I'm thinking more elaborate. And he like looks at everybody. He's just like, if Alto ever tries to rise to power, or anybody tries to rise to power like that again, or if, heaven forbid, the pirates at the cove decide to strike out at us, we might need something to protect ourselves. You all look like you know how to handle weapons. Now, I've got a bit of a forge. It's old, but maybe we could do a little trade. Show me how to make weapons and welcome down.
Well, that's interesting. I seemed to have had a similar thought. Alright, yes, I did acquire 4 of the shark's teeth. Exactly as many as I needed.
He's nodding. He's just like, now, do you have any idea what you guys want to do with them? What are we doing? What kind of shapes are we talking? Are we looking... He looks at him like giant arrowheads? We attaching them to something?
Well, my original thought were blades. But I think I could ask the rest of the team what weaponry they would prefer.
Honestly,
go ahead.
I've been kind of wanting to get a weapon made out of monster parts myself. I was kind of actually thinking a blade staff, something that can help with both my magic and physical fighting, since I like combining the two when I can.
Catori's taken out her notebook and she's taking notes now of what everybody wants.
In fact, I have some other components I can hand over if we get things going. But yeah.
Chief Crab starts nodding. He's like, yep. Okay. It's like taking notes right along with Catori. And big fella. Well, tall fella. You got a lot of big fellas with you. What can you imagine making out of these parts?
I don't think I need a new weapon. My swords will do.
He nods. He's just like, can't fault that. If it can beat them, then you don't need something better. Gotcha. They are gonna make you some shark tooth arrows for your crossbow, which is like the size of a ballista, right? You have... I thought you had a crossbow.
I don't.
Oh,
just my
shit,
2 swords.
My bad. Just your 2 swords. Oh shit. Clovis is fucking like, no. Tarkus, you have anything in mind?
No. If you're willing to wait for me to make the trip over to the shark to get more stuff. I don't see why we need to limit ourselves to just these teeth right now.
Well, because we want to use the rest of it too. Well, yeah, you can make using
Get some of
the
that shark
teeth.
skin, some of its jawbones, maybe.
The skin would be great for grip.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, it stylize whatever weapon that out of shark parts that you want. That's perfectly fine. But just so you know, whatever we're making for you, the town is also having. Like they're arming the pepper mill with what we're making right here. And they're gonna try to fight like you guys fight with these things.
Oh, those poor unfortunate souls.
Now that you've said that, I want to arm this town with gun lances. Shark skin steels and the lances.
I mean, that... Oh, 1 second. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
What? All right. So, weaponry fit check then. Midnight, give me more details.
Honestly, a lot of it kind of depends on what they could
Can you
do.
guys hear
But I
me?
would. Oh, yep.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
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 I see you guys saying something like I'm just gonna leave. Real quick.
Oh no. Okay, Midnight, keep going.
So honestly, if I can, I kind of want to bring over the demon wasp horn and the sea slug paladin. Just kind of, almost an insect glaive, just with a longer blade. So basically, you have the staff wrapped it up in shark skin, maybe made with a bit of the bone. You have one of the larger teeth, just kind of as a kind of a
Okay,
spearhead.
there we go.
sharp in-
Jesus. Sorry, everybody. I have no idea what just happened.
I love everything about your idea, Midnight.
Yeah, yeah. Just kind of sharpen the shark tooth into a bit of a blade. Reinforce it with the demon wasp horn. And kind of have a setting for maybe some kind of magical focus at the opposite end, but probably don't have that focus yet.
You guys can hear me now, though, right?
Yep.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. So yeah, they'll make a bunch of glaives. As far as like gun lances, we don't have gunpowder here. Do you want to give them gunpowder? Also, where do you guys get gunpowder? I mean, we can give them guns.
Uh. Hmm.
That might be we need to convince Fish Stinger to provide it.
Yeah, we'd have to outsource that situation.
I think that's like after like he's just like glaives it is. We'll take the parts, everybody like so you will each get a if you want it. Like Clovis, you don't need to take it if you don't want it, but you will have a glaive that matches your size, that it is wrapped in the shark skin handles, like elegant shark skin teeth things. You guys can still ask for a different weapon. Like Catori. Oh, sorry, I didn't ask Catori. What kind of weapon did you want to make? You can design whatever you want. It doesn't. You don't even need to design it now. Like we can just have it going in the background, and then the next time we see you, you can pull it out and tell us what it is if you don't have it like locked in right now. But if you do, I'd love to hear it.
I guess since we're taking a different approach to this, actually I don't know what I'd want if I have other options than just a blade.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Whatever you want. Anything made of shark parts, you guys can sell me on. And like you don't have to like do it right now if you can't think of it, but I would love to hear them. Or if you just want to modify something that you already have with the shark parts, that is also fine.
I feel as though a spear would probably be something different for Catori, and I think that that's what she'd probably lean towards more, I think.
Absolutely. Like Catori is all swinging a giant log right now, so a stabbing thing does make perfect sense. Do you want it to be like a broad-headed spear that uses the whole tooth, or just like a part of a tooth?
No, whole tooth.
Whole tooth. Okay. So it does have a little like heft to it. So it is still a big spear, but not as big. Is it as big as your caber?
I would think. Do we mean as? Because I think it would be longer than my caber.
Oh, longer than your caber. All right, absolutely. So we're talking like long spear.
Yes.
Yeah, sold. Yeah, all of these will do just straight up 4 damage. Like on a normal thing. They also if you swing this underwater, like if you use any of these weapons underwater and you roll under a 6 to a 10 also counts as a success for these weapons underwater.
Nice.
So all you need to like hit something is a 6. It's not a tough choice if you roll a 6 to a 10. It's just that counts as a success all the way through.
All right.
This town is just going to be like merciless water warriors, by the way. All of them. Just a bunch of crabs making noodles. Nobody caught a basking slug today? That makes me very sad.
And we know what that is?
Oh, basking slug? Oh, a basking slug is about the size of a hippopotamus. But imagine it's a slug that has a thick layer of mucus. Like so thick, like you could reach your arm inside. And it's a nice salty, but incredibly well seasoned mucus. They tend to dice it up into long, thick strands and boil them up as noodles. So, like, if you're eating noodles around town, that is what you are eating. They are mostly served with onions, garlic. That kind of thing.
Okay.
So, you guys clearly won the competition, and they come out with 4 fishing rods. And these are like ancient, but also like they're made for beetle people, so they're very small compared to you. And compared to all of you, because the crab people are pretty small. Yeah, that's right. They're not. No, yeah, the crab people are big, but the beetle people are small. So it's a mix. There are 2 really big ones and 2 really small ones, guys. But as they hand them over, they're like, these have been passed down for generations. And it's like, and now we'll eat for a generation, and everybody laughs, pointing at that shark, which people are already beginning to go out there with like their scaling knives, which are going to be entirely too small. They're going to need to invent completely new tools for that.
They could make the
Good
tools
point.
out of the shark's teeth.
Yeah, it's like a land-based whale fall, and like you guys start seeing like seagulls like all around, like just cawing and making like the most obnoxious noises, as seagulls tend to do.
Mine.
Yeah, it's like mine. And yeah, you guys have fed this town for a generation. They have given you these fishing rods. These work at any point during a game that you guys are in. And don't worry about it like surprising me with this. Please do. Any of you four can be carrying your fishing rod. If you see a body of water where it makes sense that something could be in, any of you four may cast this into it and like roll a 20-sider. It's like a penny slot situation. It's like, it's not whether or not you do catch something, it's what you do catch.
Okay.
And just, it's not a weapon. And I'm going to count it as fragile. They will never break when you use them as their intended purpose, but if you try to use them for something else, they are fragile. But what kind of snacks are we making out of the giant shark? I've already said shark jerky, so that's on the menu. But are there any other dishes?
Like
Shark steaks are a thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe using the meat in with the other noodles to like make a fishy pasta ×2.
Something with mushrooms in it.
Something with mushrooms in it, absolutely.
As awful as the way they get the fins for it is, shark fin soup is also a thing.
Yeah, I don't even like sharks. I'm upset about shark fin soup most of the time. So yeah, and it is a feast. Like they are eating like the crabs that the team brought in, and like they brought, was it like not bass? It was something else. Oh yeah, it was a bass. It was the Brinestone bass.
There's also a grouper.
And the. So for sure, like you guys are just like feasting. Everybody's having a great time. Everybody's like so thankful for the food. And then like you see out there, it like flashes orange real quick to you guys. Just the shark does it, like just pulses that orange color. Nobody else seems to like react to it, like, but all the crew, you guys see it at the same time. The ones that have like vision to see the colors and stuff, Soki, Catori can do it, Royce can do it a little bit, Kay can do it. Like you guys see, you see the makings of a spell in a way. Like you see magic, full and powerful. Like if any of you were near it, like closer to it right now, it would basically feel like you had 1,000 AP. Even from this distance, you guys feel the radiation of it. And it's just a quick flash where if you were missing any AP, you are back to full. Anybody here, like if you're missing at all, you're full again. And like you want to go on an adventure. Like the feeling that Midnight got when he saw Catori hit the shark with the caber, is the feeling you guys are all getting right now, that you are awesome. You are being celebrated right now because you are the best adventurers in the world. This party turns into not like a literal riot, but close. Like, this turns into, if there's probably bar fights, everybody's fine. Like, you don't even like feel it in the morning. It's like, it's turning into like a Valhalla type celebration, out of nowhere. Like, everybody was happy, but it has gotten like, just really, really fun.
People are dancing on the tables with their mugs of ale.
It's like dance, yeah, for sure, absolutely. And if you guys want to keep that kind of party going in the Discord RP in the Gone Fishing channel, absolutely keep using that. We're going to be partying that way until the game starts tomorrow. And with that, thanks guys. You killed 2 absolutely fucking giant monsters. I'm glad to have backup bosses when I forget that you guys can one-shot things. So, I will do a real quick recap of today's game. Alright, so for today's game, we went fishing, and like the people of the Peppermill had like a fishing festival because they hadn't been able to fish the traditional way in 100 years because of Alto. Some of their competitors' ships were being lost, so they hired Lockstitch. To be fair, that's the thing I have to mention. You all were hired to do this. Like, they asked for your help, and you guys did get paid by the Peppermill for this aid. I forgot to say that at the beginning. Peanut is quite happy that Lockstitch has found at least some monetary gains. You guys have no idea how much Krieg has spent on a detective. So, we came here. The 4 players decided that not decided. They went out to fish. Caught a little one. Well, they caught a 40-foot one. Catori shrunk it down to a 25-foot one. It still managed to swallow Tarkus after Midnight hooked it and opened its mouth for Tarkus to just fall into. Clovis reminded me he has a one-shot death weapon and rolled a 20 and killed that thing outright. There was no slander. They have no way of slandering you guys for this one. Like, I was actually gonna call that out at some point, that like you guys see News Channel 6 just kind of like leave because they didn't leave before the party because they didn't get any like negative press on you all. Because if they do release the film that they took of just when they were following you guys around, all that people are gonna see is you guys are badass and can throw a shark 100 miles. So, sorry about that. That interrupted the recap. But there we go. What News Channel 6 is going to be doing about that. You then used that... Oh, sorry. Catori talked to a tree and made a tree friend that she took a sapling on... A snipping from? What's that word called? Cutting?
Yes.
And then wrapped that up and put it in her pocket. So Catori's got a little tree friend. Don't worry, he will grow. We don't need to make any rolls about that. And then you guys beat the hell out of a mutating... Like, the shark that was coming after you guys was beginning to change. And it was definitely magically changing. Like, Midnight used a Rip Like Jesus card. And the creature grew giant biceps at the same time that everybody did. And everything got... The tone switched. And that's been happening a bit lately, so. And then Clovis and Tarkus can suplex a giant shark, but instead they giant swung it onto a mountain and impaled it. we are using its parts to feed the pepper mills for the next generation, as well as using its parts to build weapons, and you guys are helping them design weapons. And there we go. That feels like what happened in today's game. Also, the crew went fishing. What was Simmons' group's name? It was a pun. It was silly. I remember it. Now I've lost it. The Crunchy Swimmins. That's right. That's right. Who's the second place team? Like we obviously know that the crew, this party won first place and they got all of those weapons. But what did the what behind the ears one? All right. So the four of you that were in that one, just say hey in the workshop, and I will send you each a card pack. Yeah, 220s is gonna do it. So thanks everybody for playing. Tomorrow we have a game with Royce, Kat, Akana, and introducing a new spy to the family of spies is Hazel, played by Tess.
And with that, we're gonna heck off. So we will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.
So Akana, Seth, Clem, Pollux, and Cass. All right, I will send you guys your cards in a moment.
Say goodbye, guys.
Right, we finally got Tess to play, and she's gonna be adorable. I don't want to spoil her on you guys, but she's definitely a spy.
Goodbye, friends.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Hey, everyone.
Bye.
In the celestial sea where stars align, Lockstitch will go where wonder lies. Its specialist crew a beacon of light, for work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. Scales that tell stories of times long past. Deep in the echo, her interest is cast. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves tales across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Renick the brain with numbers and might, 4 arms, 4 eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Pollux and Castor, the skillful pair, always the team with starry hair, with a bond so strong in the vast expanse.